What's up, everybody? It's the cat. Mm. Watched a buddy's video the other day. I made a comment on it. Might have been yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, uh, you know, I believe in doing for yourself. I had to figure that out pretty early on in life. Um, Moved out way earlier than most. And when I did that, not by choice, well, maybe like 25% choice. The rest of it was a bit necessity. Um, so yeah, I made my choice and I did what I had to do. Well, nobody was there for me, you know. Um, a couple friends showed up, said, "Hey, if you need something, I'm there for you." And you know, I definitely asked for help, and I stayed with one of them for a little while, but I never, or well, there was a few times where I grew a little bit used to the situation. I was kind of content and I felt more comfortable than I probably should have been. Well, I remember one time I was making dinner, or well, dinner was made, and I showed up with my friend who invited me to stay there, and we everybody started making plates. Well, he's like, "Hey, that dinner's not for you," and I didn't have no problem. I just scraped my plate off, washed plate in the sink, and I said, "I'm thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to overstep my bounds." So I ended up going to McDonald's, but he was absolutely right. I didn't pay for the meal. I shouldn't have just jumped on it. His guest had paid for the ingredients to make the meal, and they had a nice meal together. And I guess he didn't have a problem with his son eating, which I didn't have a problem either. But his son got upset and was like, "Well, what the fuck," or something, and he put his plate down, and you know, I don't know. I guess I appreciated some him standing there with me, like, "Hey, we invited this dude in our house. Like, why can we eat and not him?" type thing, or whatever. And that's how I am. Like, I invite people in my house. I'm like, "Hey, look, you can eat when we eat, but we don't have a whole lot extra. If we invite you for dinner, yeah, you'll be fed." Well, anyway, I've been on the opposite end of that where I was helping others, and generally, and like I'm talking about people I knew from high school, like high school friends that were going through hard times and whatever else. Anyway, most of the people that I've helped, they're just kind of stuck in their ways. Some of them are drug addicts, some of them are just homeless. Some of them, I've been through a lot at my young age, and being through a lot has helped me to try and be there for people whenever I see someone in need. And even if I don't even if I get kind of shafted in the end and they're not there for me if I need it or whatever the case may be, it's a learning lesson. And another thing is, it's not going to change me from being me, because eventually I'm going to help that one person that is going to want to be helped and that's going to want to change and that's going to want to make the difference in their lives or whatever the case may be. And, shit like that, because, you know, out of all the people that I've helped, I've had one or two people like that it made the world a difference, and you know, they did what they had to do, because nobody's going to change, nobody's going to seek to be better until they're ready to do it. You can't force them, you know, not in a free world and like America that we live in. When they're ready to make change, they'll do it themselves, and you'll start to see the differences. At least that's been my experience being helped and helping others. So, um, yeah, uh, there's been times. So, as a teenager, I don't know, a year before I moved out, I had to have knee surgery, and I was laid up for like 6 to 8 months, and nobody showed up for me then either, uh, except for family, the family that I was living with, my dad and my stepmom. but mostly my dad. And he helped, make sure I was taken care of because I was laid up. I couldn't do anything, couldn't hardly move around, nothing like, knee surgery. Yeah. Um, and we were living in stairs. I couldn't even go to my own bedroom. Like showering, couldn't do it by myself. Lowest times in life, and damn near nobody was there for me. Definitely nobody showed up, nobody called, but you know, yeah. And I shouldered it and accepted it, and I'm not saying it's okay for stuff like that happen. Like you should be there for your friends and family, but made me realize a long time ago that most people are only worried about themselves, and it it's a world of me, me, me. Um, and even more so lately, there's more of a victimhood mentality around people. Just like, why didn't the sun, the moon, the stars like change formations to specifically help this person? Like just how life is sometimes, and it sucks. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't like to. I don't really consider myself a pessimist or an optimist. I consider myself a realist. Like I feel like I got a good grasp on life, and I've had plenty of time to sit back alone and stare at it from a distance, in more ways than one. Anyway, much love. God bless. Cats out.